Buona tarda, buenas tardes, good evening everyone, and greetings from Geneva. I gather that the colleagues who've spoken before me have been discussing the pros and cons of technology primarily in terms of remote interpreting, and many have argued that this is a threat to the profession. What I'd like to tell you today is that I think that technology can actually be a boon to the profession, something that facilitates our work in many ways. And I'll just share a few examples, from electronic glossaries to terminology extraction tools, to tablet interpreting, to SimConsec, and automatic speech recognition. First of all, glossaries. It's time to take our glossaries digital. And I'm not arguing that this should be done using Word or Excel. Rather, I'm arguing that we should use tools specifically designed for interpreters to allow us to quickly search through our glossaries and to do so incrementally. So you just type a few letters and the terms pop up automatically. To do so in an accent-insensitive way, so you don't have to worry about typing accents as you're going, using tools that allow you to search across some or all of your glossaries, including in offline formats. And there are various tools that are out there on the market for this. One of my favorites for iPad is Interplex. I love Interpreter's Help, a platform-independent tool for this. And Interpret Bank offers some of the most cutting-edge features for this. Terminology extraction can be both manual and semi-automatic. So there are some tools that allow you to look at the text in two languages in parallel, highlight the text, highlight the translation from the translated version of the text, and simply pop that into your glossary. And this feature is offered, for example, in Interpreter's Help and in Interpret Bank. Other tools like Intragloss take this one step further. So you can scroll through texts. There's something called synchronous scroll there. And you can also search across various online databases like IATE or Lingway to pull up the term, select the correct translation, and pop it into your glossary. And finally, there's also automatic translation, or rather terminology extraction, through tools like Sketch Engine, where you can upload all of your meeting docs and they will pop out a list of term candidates. And this is especially useful if you've only got a few minutes to prepare, if you've just been given a speech or a PowerPoint right before an assignment. Tablet interpreting can be useful when it comes to preparation, consecutive, and simultaneous. Now, I don't have too much time to go into this, but in terms of preparation, they're great tools for annotating documents, for bookmarking pages, for adding sticky notes and translations as you're preparing, for reading documents in parallel as well, or for looking at the document as well as other resources as you're doing so. In consecutive, the research I've done has shown that clients actually think tablets are more professional, and in the booth they have a small footprint, they're environmentally friendly, and they help you get to the terms you need and the information you need very quickly. Turning now to hybrid modalities, one is called SimConsec. Basically, in this modality, you record a speech digitally as you hear it, in what would traditionally be the consecutive mode, but then you render it in simultaneous mode. And research on this, such as the work done by Mark Orlando, has shown this gives rise to higher accuracy and fewer disfluencies in the rendering, although there might be less eye contact and the speech may not be as short as it would be in traditional consecutive. And finally, the newest feature in terms of computer-assisted interpreting is automatic speech recognition. This is built into the newest version of Interpret Bank, and basically you plug your computer into your console and it transcribes the audio as it's coming in using a tool like Drag and Dictate, and then it pops up the numbers, the places, abbreviations, and even translations of terms that you have in your event glossary. Those appear on the screen in front of you as you're working, which can really promote high quality, especially for tricky things like numbers. If you're interested in learning more about this, I've written quite a few things about terminology management, so I'd encourage you to check out my blog on the IEC website. It's called the Interpreter's Toolkit, or to check out some of the slides from my presentations on my SlideShare, or the articles I've written on my academia website page. If you're interested in tablet interpreting, the next edition of my tablet interpreting course, which I run with Alexander Drexel, a staff interpreter at SCIC, starts a week from now on Thursday, June 14th. And in conclusion, I would just like to say, I don't think, as the great Bill Wood once said, I don't think interpreters will be replaced by tech. Rather, I think interpreters will be replaced by interpreters who use technology. Thank you.